Hey everyone, this is Dr. J. Arjun. I'm Professor Spencer live from Long Island, New York, and somewhere in the Bay Area, California, Oakland, California,
Oakland.
where the weather has to be a lot better than the 7.5 inches of snow outside my door.
Woo.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to ignore it, but people in my house won't let me. So eventually I'm going to have to shovel it all.
Yeah, it's just cloudy here. Cloudy and 58.
No, 58's not bad.
Oh,
It's
I'll
comfortable.
take it.
Sure.
And we looked like we were off to a flying start this morning on the averages and on some of the bios, and that's all caved in pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
So
go,
good
Mark.
morning to Abdella. Good morning to Spoon. Good morning to Sean. Good morning to Marco. Andrew, last time you were on, we had technical difficulties. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
like my glasses, huh? Yeah, the markets suck. Morning,
Yeah.
Marco. Marco is with us. All right, so I want to look without too much ado at the averages before we look at particular stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, first question is, are we expecting soon some sort of correction? And is it going to be soon or late, or is it even going to happen?
Yeah, and Marco says bring the dip on Arenia because he's going to buy the dip.
You know something? I would say so. I'm steep in it, but I guess it's worth even averaging down even more, right?
I agree.
Yeah. I like bios at the level they're at.
Is that bring the dip or buying the dip, Rigamoko?
Oh, he wants to bring the dip so that he can buy the dip.
Magnificent answer
is dipping enough. It's below 20.
Magnificent answer is greeting us with his usual shalom.
Shalom.
UMA.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe we can
Let's
find
take a look.
It is buying. He's buying the dips.
S&P 500. The S&P 500 is first on the agenda today.
The S&P 500
down 27.5 or 0.6%.
Yeah.
On my screen, I see a lot of red. The only thing up sharply is AA, Alcoa aluminum. I guess the commodities are having a good day. Or maybe it's just Alcoa. I don't know. But the S&P is definitely taking it on the chin. Testing the 50, actually gone below the 50. I would like to see it close above the 50. I would feel much better that maybe we bottomed if it could do that. But if it can't do that, I'm looking at these three lines as potential bottoms. 45.62, which would be 100. And then
did you switch? You switch back, Dr. J.
What's that?
Are they still your Fibonacci numbers, or did you switch back to 50, 100, and 200?
No, I switched back to normal 50, 100, 200. All right, so the 100 is at 44.90. No, 45.68. No, the low of 1220 is at 45.31, and the low the key low of 12.3 that it better not go below that is at 44.95. It goes below 44.95, then we're looking at a serious correction, probably all the way down
4,300. 4,300.
All the way down to 42.78, yes.
Yeah, so I think I agree. We need Monday, we need a candle that looks similar to the candle we had yesterday. Because then you're starting to form a rounded bottom and it's bouncing off the 50. I'm worried that we're going to see 45, 40.
If this sell-off continues today and gathers momentum into the close, then almost definitely you could look for 45.61.
Yeah.
As the first possible stopping point.
Yeah, and if you go back, I mean, like if you go back way back to the start of COVID, that 50-day has been very strong support. Anytime we dip below it, it's usually brief. So I think that's going to, like, I think bulls might be losing their luck is kind of what I'm seeing. Like there's only so many times it's just going to keep bouncing above it. There's going to be one time where it just breaks. I don't know when, though.
I'm still hopeful that the buy the dippers will be buying the dip.
Yeah, I would rather be in cash right now. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, it's anyone's guess. We could see 45, 40, or we could just go right back up. It's a coin flip.
It is. It is. I think today's action, the rest of the day, is extremely important to determine the S&P. To determine the movement on the S&P. The Qs look more optimistic, I think. The Qs have gone down more, but I think they'll probably settle, make a bottom sooner.
I'm actually long SQ. I'm actually long the shorts, the SQQQ.
You're long the shorts?
Yeah, I own shares of SQQQ.
You're short the Qs. You're short the Qs on the SQQQ is triple short or double short?
I think it's triple short. I just own the shares. I just own the shares, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I understand. This is a perfect stopping point on the Qs. Because it came down to a very key low of the low here on about 1220, 377.50. Didn't quite make that, but it looks like it's basically a double bottom if it stays right where it is. If it breaks that low, then you're looking at it potentially a huge dip down to like 350.
Yeah.
Potentially. It could be serious trouble. I mean, that would correspond to, that would correspond to a lot of aggravation from Omicron, probably.
Right. A lot of charts are looking like they're at a make or break point.
Yeah, this one is for sure.
I mean, I would argue the S&P is
there's a widening trading range, and so so far the 200 is that the 200 that has been a play, or is it a 100? The black line on the bottom.
The 200.
Yeah, the 200 so far hasn't participated in it. But if we're looking at a widening of the channel, because the same thing showed up on the other chart.
But look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, a narrow channel, and then it widened
trading above
50, and then it widened again to include the 100.
We've been trading above 377 going for since this day. I'm hiding the date. October 27th, October 26th, really. So for the whole month of November, December, part of January, we're trading above where we are now. So this is like a 2.5 month low, but we're at a double bottom at that. So I think that there's a fair chance that it stops right here, right now, today. And in that case, Arjun would cover his short on the Qs.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a fair chance. I'm not saying it will. If it goes below this, if it takes out the 377.47, then as I said before, 350 is in the cards as the next stopping point.
Yeah, can we look at the VIX? Because I think when these are at kind of make or break points, sometimes the VIX can tell us something because it's more volatile.
The VIX could shed a little light.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it this week, but I've been good at charting it recently. So let's see if we can figure something out.
I don't think it's done.
Oh, these I don't usually look at these ones, but we can
view VXY. Is that okay?
I guess it's fine. I usually do VIX, but I guess I've never looked at this. We can take a look.
They more or less follow each other.
Yeah, I think it's just a time.
I believe they more or less follow.
I think it's more of like a time frame thing. Like this one is more micro, the other one's a little more macro. So yeah, this is tough to read. I think VIX would be easier to read. This one's kind of crazy.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the one right below it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one. Let's take a look at this. Because there's some key levels that I've been looking.
Well, we're back above 20.
Yeah, usually my number here. Okay, so if this closes red, then I think we might be okay next week. But yeah, I think that $20 number is, I think 20 is very important.
Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't been zooming the VIX, but it's inching up. It had one big candle on Wednesday, one big move on Wednesday, where it moved up from 1650 to 2017. That was a big move.
Yeah. So here's what I will say: if we take out the high from yesterday, then I think we're in some trouble.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
3 days in a row of higher highs.
Yeah, then I think VIX could go to 25 or something.
Or maybe you could challenge the 27.
Well, that would definitely be breaking an old support. If you draw that support line from the prior curve, that would be breaking right in that line.
Yeah.
Do you see what line I'm talking about, Dr. J?
This is resistance right up here. Now support.
Okay, fine.
Let's see.
It's kind of tough to draw support. I mean, it's
how I like the middle of the big green candle is also the 200.
Yeah, I guess that's good.
1851 might be support.
Yeah.
And then again, the obvious support is this low at about 16, whatever, 16 and change.
Yeah. I'll be honest, looking at this, I think overall I'm a little less concerned than I was looking at the other. I don't think we're going to take out the high from yesterday. We'll see, but yeah, I mean the close.
Even as we speak, it's been inching up, right? A little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think everything is just telling us it's a coin flip, right? I don't see anything definitive.
Well, the optimistic picture is the Qs, which looks like it has a double bottom as of today, if it holds. And the little less optimistic would be the S&P 500, which would have to, in my opinion, close above the 50 to make me happy.
Yeah.
And the VIX is unclear.
VIX is unclear. Yeah, the S&P, since we looked at it, it's already bounced. But yeah, we'll see if it holds.
It's bounced above.
Yeah, it's looking, since we talked, I think it's up a decent bit.
Yeah, it's up about above the 50 again.
Yeah.
You
So
want to
we'll
look
see.
at the XBI to complete the macro picture?
Sure.
Let's look at the XBI to complete the macro picture. You're liking this for a long-term bottom.
Long term, I am
You think
very
we might get a
bullish.
major?
Yeah, I
But
just
you think we
this
may
is.
be approaching the major bottom?
Yeah, I would scale in. I'm not in any rush. Bios, you should never be in a rush.
Oh.
When a magnificent answer is actually
Biotech
seeing
is
good
still
news on that double top on the fix.
Yeah,
Good
I
on
think
you.
I kind of agree. I think I kind of
Biotech.
agree with Magnificent. I think the VIX is. Yeah, so this, I mean,
Say.
yeah, this is just tough. I mean, this picture doesn't look great, obviously, but there was definitely a view I was looking at on the longer.
I would like to at least close above yesterday's close. That wouldn't be terrible for starters. Get back that 50 cents.
Yeah, and I think when I was looking at either the weekly or something or the monthly, like I was seeing that it was approaching a long-term support. But yeah, the daily, I mean, this is further proof you should never just go all in bios. You should just scale in.
Looks like there's not much early morning volume on the XBI.
Yeah.
Traders are clearly undecided here by these two candles. Yesterday's candle and today's candle shows the uncertainty.
Right.
Let's take a look at the crisp, which was making me happy when it was above 70. I said I'm going to get all my money back, then some on my call options. Now I'm going to lose everything on my call options.
I think this is both of our.
I had made on put options, but I sold my put options too quickly, and I switched into call options because I wanted to prove to the world. Yes, I wanted to prove to the world how much of a genius I was. So I switched from the puts to the calls, and I proved it, didn't I? I proved it, okay.
Well, at least you made money this week. You may
have given some of it back. I'm losing more on the calls than on the puts because I'm going bust on the calls.
Oh, they expired today too, right?
Yeah. No, the puts I sold, unfortunately. I wouldn't be owning puts, and probably wouldn't be owning both at the same time. But I sold the puts when the CRISPR was much higher, like 73. I had the 76s, not the Philadelphia 70s.
Yeah.
Looks like a double bottom trying to form here. But yesterday I took out the old low. So it's pretty negative chart.
Doesn't look good, especially today's candle. It needs to close higher.
Today's candle is ugly. The gravestone doji candle is ugly.
Yeah, you want to see a close.
It tried to rally and clearly had no follow through as Kathy Wood pressed on the sell button.
So she gave up on this, huh?
Well, I don't know that she gave up on it, and I don't know for a fact that she's selling it. It's just that it's one of the big holdings in the gene editing fund, the ARKG fund.
Right.
And considering how far down that is, I imagine she's a seller, not a buyer right now. And And it's also part of the ARKK fund, Crispin. So both funds have taken it on the chin.
Yeah,
So
I'm hoping for a turnaround. Another dog of the Dow on that one. Maybe we should take a look at
she's
some
got to
point.
be selling, a lot of stuff in order to, pay off the sellers of ARKK. Let's take a look at ARKK. Maybe that's made a bottom, hopefully. I hope. I don't own it, but I still hope it's made a bottom.
Yeah, I'm actually looking to get in, and I'm looking for a good entry spot because, like I said, I think it's sort of a dogs of the Dow kind of thing. The thought process behind this seemed to be rational.
She's got 51 stocks in this fund, some of which I like. That's the problem with these kind of funds. Too many. I think she's had as few as 30. I think that's a better number.
Oh, you mean in terms of different choices, or how many stocks are in it?
How many stocks are in it?
Oh, okay.
Over
diversified. That's over 50.
Yeah.
There's some theory which says you don't really need more than about 20 or 30 to match any index that you want.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the charts are looking similar. They need good
it's not a good chart yet. This doesn't scream buy. This screams wait.
Everything screams just stay in cash and wait. I mean, I think like today's close is going to be so important for everything. Like I definitely want to be in cash over the weekend. I just don't.
Market.
Yeah, the market's just it can't decide what it wants to do. And I would rather
this fund. It looks like this fund. It looks like wait for another hit of the trend line. Maybe on Monday.
Or just
maybe
short
Monday
it.
will be the Monday will be the climax. We hope.
Right. Maybe Tuesday will be a good news day.
Let's take a look at one of the funds that are doing well. One of the ETFs that have been doing well. I don't know about today. The energy fund, the energy ETF, XLE.
XLF or
oil. Black gold is doing well, right? Black gold.
Texas tea.
And I think the financial sector is going to get a pop with these rate hikes.
What are you at there with XLE? What number?
Gee, the XLE is doing marvelous. And they pay 5% also. You're getting a 5% dividend, and you got to move up from 52 to 61 inside of a couple of weeks. That's unbelievable because everyone's looking at alternative energy. Meanwhile, traditional energy is killing it. Energy, killing it. So these are the Royal Dutch Shells, the BPs, the Exxon Mobils, all of them. They're killing it. Crazy. So XLE might be a place to hide if you don't want to stay in cash, Arjun.
I have some USO. I think that's kind of similar.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Caterpillar's had a very good run since the beginning of the year. All of Andy's stocks that he gave us at the beginning of the year are doing well. Caterpillar, BP. I forget what else, but they're doing well. Caterpillar doesn't do anything but go up since the beginning of the year. It's bucking the overall trend, although the Dow Jones Industrials have not dived as much as the other indices. But look at this big move on Tuesday. That's Tuesday, right? Yeah, big move on Tuesday. Linda's with us.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Tell Linda she owes us 5 picks. I'll put it in beginning Monday.
Oh,
whenever
that's
the
right.
opening
Yeah.
is.
5 picks.
All right, so let's just take requests. I'm done.
Actually, you know what I've been shorting like crazy is Peloton. I want to short that down to $1.
Which one?
Peloton.
Oh, Peloton.
Symbol.
PTON. I think that is my inverse top pick of the year. It's gonna get bankrupted.
The 5 shorts.
This company is, in my opinion, not good. Not good.
Ooh, nasty.
I've been
Look
in
at that
puts.
big drop on earnings back there.
Because so here's my thesis as to why they were operating at some like absurd. So like if you went to their market cap per subscriber, it was something in the like $300,000 to $350,000 range, and it just didn't make any sense to me given that it was just a classic COVID play in my opinion. And sure, maybe it looks like it might be slightly reversing right now, but I just think long term the fundamentals don't make any sense, and I could see it being $10 before it's 50 again.
I know somebody who works here got a huge sign-on bonus and got a tremendous amount of company stocks as a sign-on bonus as well. So
I would have just maybe
I guess
just
that
taken
person that I know is not too happy.
Well,
Unless
so the people at Peloton that make the most are the instructors because they're basically celebrities. Everyone sees them on the screen, and they're like they all live in New York.
He's actually a designer of the bikes.
Yeah, so then I guess they make money too, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see this. The valuation is just too crazy, and it still is, I think.
Yeah.
So I like this.
You certainly wouldn't want to own this for long at this point.
Yeah. So I'm in long-term puts.
Super ugly is the way it looks. Super ugly.
What I've been doing is I'll buy puts like 3 months out, and then I'll just sell against them every week on dips, and it's been doing pretty well.
Great.
Yeah. So I just wanted to highlight this in case people want to. This is a good hedge on the market, I think, because if you just bet against Peloton,
what do you think? What do you think of the carnivals and the cruise lines? Do you think it's a long or short?
So those scare me because of the amount of bailout money they always seem to get.
Right.
Like in a world where there were no bailouts, I would short them to zero, but there are bailouts, and so I think that industry is in a sense propped up to kind of never be irrelevant. So I just don't even play it, honestly.
We are kind of warning people to stay away from this. So the government is playing a role in keeping the cruises from cruising.
Yeah.
Smart people would not take a cruise anyway. Anyone with half a brain is not going on a cruise line right now.
Yeah.
Linus Chester likes LTR Palantir. Linda wants to see BCRX charted, and for us all with respect to the market, which is very nice. And MA says, I think we rock on Monday, and I'm saying buying right now. Hurry, get in. Okay, so we have all kinds of opinions. And Gregor Marco loves Novavax today with the reversal. And happy eyes on the money. Good morning, Dr. J. Spike and Arjun. Happy New Year. Okay. Sean Soul is Palantir. So we have all kinds of opposite opinions. People that are long Palantir.
I'm looking at
people that are
Chevron. It's scaring me. Because after we did those picks on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look now at BCRX for Linda, and then then we'll look at Palantir, and we'll call it a day.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we always have time for this.
Chris is again off. We're again off. I'm not budging from my 21 target. So to me, this is a buy the dip and hold. Not even to swing it, just accumulate. To me, I'm convinced my 21 target will hit. Mid-year.
I think BCRX, I'm bearish short.
I think
they're good news today. I mean, at least people seem to be happy.
I'm not bearish short term. I'm neutral short term. But we're similar to you, but I'm neutral short term, not bearish, even though it's been collapsing the last 2 days.
Yeah. I mean, I've been selling calls on this every month.
When you say bearish, do you think it's going to make a new low before it turns around? Do you think the low of 1072 is in play?
So here's the thing. The reason is I think that Orladeo earnings at this point are priced in. And so there is risk that if February earnings aren't better than expected, I think that there can be a good excuse for it to test that 1073 level again, which had been a pretty important level. So that's why I think people should not be buying any calls on this in the short term. I think if you have BCRX, you hold it. I think you should sell premium on spikes, but I think that it's going to have a tough time filling that gap back up, I think, for a while. I think it's a good stock to have the rest of the year, but I'm a little wary of Q1.
Let me draw that gap that you're talking about. So I'm going to draw that so everyone can see.
Yeah, and that's a very important gap, I think.
Yeah. Filling the gap up around $15. That's correct?
Yeah. We haven't even tested that gap fill yet, really.
No.
Maybe we got like 5%.
But we have 3 hits as of now on the upward trend line that I just drew. And I'd like to see that hold, in which case we'll come back off today's bottom.
Yeah.
I think that's certainly reasonable. It's reasonable. It's a reasonable position to take that we could have hit a short-term bottom today. Reasonable.
Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm selling $11 puts and I'm selling $13 calls, because not just because we're at 12, it's just because the lows are a little below 11 and the highs are a little above.
You're a copycat. That's what I've been doing all year, playing this call.
Yeah. Well, I mean, imitation is the
highest form of
flattery, right?
Copycatter.
Yeah, I mean, it works. I'm just trying to make money.
I wanted to look at Alcoa aluminum, only because the commodities are getting a big play.
Oh, actually, I got to hop off, but have a good weekend.
You too. We're going to end anyway. So Thanks for coming by. Alcoa aluminum has been one of the superstars of this was once a Dow stock not too long ago, if you recall. In fact, it used to lead off.
I always liked Alcoa.
It was the first Dow stock to report earnings every quarter. So everyone looked towards Alcoa as a signal as to how the earnings were going to be. But that's a while ago. I don't know how long ago it's been kicked off now. But look at this beautiful upward trend line. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, from 43 to 61.66. I'll take that. It's been a phenomenal mover. Blew out the old high here, that from 1018 at 57. It looks like it's a buy on any pullback to this trend line. I see more of a continuation of commodities being high. The money hot. The money is going into commodities.
Do me a favor. Look at CVX for me, since we're still trying. Chevron.
Which one?
CVX. Chevron.
CHX.
CVX.
CVX. I owned Chevron for a while and got rid of it.
Well, you're one of the people participating in the game was still really into petroleum. I think they were doing ExxonMobil, but I was thinking that this is probably the better play and all that.
Chevron, like so many of the oils that are at an all-time high now, including Exxon.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to understand it. That's why I was saying it's scary. Is this something like is this big mo to jump on, or is this like a flash in the pan?
Well, if you think oil is going to 100, it's plenty of time to get in.
Right.
And I could be.
It's a little bit weird because there's a great interest to keep oil cheap while Putin's being a pain in the butt. Because if oil goes to $100 a gallon, it emboldens him. So it's a very sticky situation.
Yes, but we can't control the price.
No, we can't. I know.
OPEC,
certainly you and I can't.
OPEC and the cold weather could have something to say for the price of oil.
Right.
If you get a cold and unusual winter, which we've been having.
So my question to you is: do you read this as that it's too late to jump in, or do you read this as that there's still plenty of mo?
I don't have a strong opinion.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Yeah, like I said, it scares me to jump in at this level.
If I did jump in, I'd want to jump in below where it's trading at now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
I would want at least a 4-point bargain.
Yeah, I see that. It is very lofty.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to take a look only because it caught my eye a couple of days ago.
Did we do? What didn't we do? We didn't do one.
The only other thing you did Palantir, and the only other thing was LPTX, but you already looked at it.
Palantir is up a dime after a recent collapse.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, no, it's been collapsing for a long time, so all the way since 11/8. From November 8th, it's been going down like a straight line almost. Well, not a straight line, but it's had a lot of downward acceleration. A high of 27 on 11/8. And we've been going down since.
Yeah, wow.
Palantir is in a free fall. It's a much touted Kathy Woods play, and her name is coming up a lot today because a lot of them so-called innovative companies, whether it's AI, gene editing, space, are all doing terrible.
They're all taking
so Kathy, you got to, if you want to buy and hold these things, you really got to believe in her, because the charts and your monthly statements or whatever she gives out are doing pretty lousy. So this is the downward trend line with 3 hits. It's just ferocious, and I could draw this one as well.
Right.
It's just awful.
Channel to hell. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just awful, isn't it?
It really is.
It's been awful. So you have a very steep descending channel, and where it ends, nobody knows. Yeah, that's what makes it scary, right?
Mm.
You have, every time it makes a new low, and you own this one, you cringe.
Mm.
It's tough. I know the feeling from being heavily in CRISPR.
Right. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, it's just
similar.
that's what I was saying before about not selling my losers. It said, we're saying if cash is king for the next couple, for the next little while, it's like the only thing I have to cash out on is stuff that I've already lost so much money on. It's not even worth cashing.
Right.
So I'm just waiting because
and even though I
had a reason going in the first place.
Even though I had the right idea,
bad things people are saying on the chart on the side.
If you own a stock like Palantir or CRISPR, again, puts for protection. And I had the right idea with CRISPR, but I didn't.
Yeah, indeed. I see what you're saying because you don't want to sell the stuff because you were in there in the first place and you've already lost so much that you almost got nothing left anyway, except for shares. But you're right. Selling puts against it buying puts against it might be the wise move. While it's still at
least it gives you insurance. If there's a further dip, you're not going to lose your shirt. If you haven't already lost your shirt.
Yeah, no, you and I take slightly different attitudes because I don't jump in with all that much. So let's say if I jump in with only a couple grand, if it already loses, 2/3 of that, the rest of it's, the utility
if you're going in with a small amount of money, well, it probably pays to average down, if anything.
Right. But then I feel like I'm throwing good money after bad.
If you're in a quality company you believe in, like CRISPR or Palantir, it probably pays to average down. If you're going in with small money,
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so that's it for today.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, we did record-breaking time. We made it 26 minutes. I want to thank everyone for coming. Linus, Marco, Money, Sean.
See you all.
I will put them in open on Monday. Your picks for the year. All right. That goes for anybody else who wants to. I will put it in on Monday. Hasta la vista, baby.
It's still there. The game is still afoot.
Hopefully we get a good day into the close. Everybody stay well. Stay away from germs. Bye-bye.